Welcome to another episode of the Department of Menial Humor presents a show worth watching. If you can see this, then it must be March. Yeah, probably March by now. We filmed this in January or December, right after Boxing Day. That's why I had that thing on. But this will come out in March, so probably not appropriate, yeah? You guys are out to get me canceled. I swear to God. I just... For those of you at home, I don't wish. I hope to God that there's never any leaked audio from the moments right up before this episode gets leaked, because I'm pretty sure it would get me canceled in a heartbeat because somebody thinks they're funny. Sorry, says Eric from the back room. I hope you guys are ready for... Do you have a good holidays? Do you have a good Christmas? Yeah? Yeah? Festivities. I am on the fence right now about the new year coming up because on the one hand, I read on the news that cocaine prices have gone down, which means that it should be a slightly more fun New Year's celebration than years past. But on the other hand, Donald Trump keeps blowing up all the boats coming from South America up. So I'm very curious how the supply and demand lines on those two things. Yeah, exactly. Seems like a net, just no gain. Like, you sweet. We have a lot in store for the folks of you at home tonight, and a lot of you sitting there watching this. First off, thank you. You're amazing. This is episode 17. We've been doing one a month, so we don't get in the way of our local open mics. We've been consistently filming here for 17 months in a row now, and as of next month, we will officially be at a year and a half, same location, same spot, last Friday of every month, like clockwork, which is absolutely amazing. If you think that's awesome, please show up next month, come celebrate with us, come out to the taping, come help us, come be a part of the show. Or you could go to our Patreon page. You could also go to our website where you can go to our socials and you can do that awesome thing of like supporting us through financial monies from your own pocket so that we can continue to make this show. Now, that would be fantastic. I am still kind of struggling right now because I'm waiting for the check from my Java House commercial, which I'm super excited for because it was on the Bob and Tom show in Indianapolis. So when this episode goes out, Bob and Tom, there's some local comedians making a TV show, and I was in the commercial. That's basically halfway to being on the Bob and Tom show. So now naturally you should ask us to come out. I'll bring out Cleophus, and we'll bring out, yeah, exactly. Me and Cleophus will come out. We'll do the show. You guys will have a blast. I have a running joke between my girlfriend where I have told her that I have long considered holding seminars out at the Hilton by the airport in order to help men in 2025 do a better job at being men. And I know a lot of guys are going to hear that and they're going to be like, but, and I'm going to cite all of human history, okay? All of human history up to this point. Are you satisfied with where we're at? Are you satisfied with everything that we've done to get here? If the answer is even maybe, then you should attend my seminar on how to be a modern man. It starts with a very important rule that it took me years to understand, which is this. Perception is 9/10 of the law. You know that old adage, possession is 9/10 of the law, right? Officer, it's not mine, it was for a friend. And he's like, yeah, possession is 9/10 of the law. When it comes to what we do as human beings, perception is 9/10 of the law. How do you know that, Zach? That can't be true. Hitler wrote a book trying to explain his point of view. Perception is 9/10 of the fucking law. So the reason why I am able to be a non-monogamous, freely, sexually open individual is because the minute that I fuck up even the slightest, instead of saying, that's not what I meant, I've learned to just say, I'm fucking sorry. It's that simple. It's that you start with, I'm sorry, and then the follow-up question should be, can you help me understand what I did to make you feel blank? And then shut the fuck up. That's it. That's all you do. I swear to God, yeah, you're looking at me incredulously. A lot of you in this room are judging me. Some of you are older than me. Some of you are younger than me. And you're men, and you're judging me. And yet, a lot of you are going to go home and masturbate. And I am having sex up to 18 times a week, sometimes because I have a wife and a girlfriend. Okay? I lead a seminar out by the Hilton Airport. It's called How to Be a Modern Man. You too can be successful in swimming in sex. Okay? It's an awesome seminar. I don't know what to charge for it. No, I say this a lot, and a lot of people often give me flack about it. But I am going to leave you with this here before we bring up our comics for the night, before we really get into the show. And I'm going to get a little technical with you. I might use a word that offends some of you, but I want you to understand I'm using it in the scientific and medical terms, exactly the way the word was originally designed and intended to be used. So it is not meant to be offensive when used correctly in the scientific expression. No. No. Thank you for asking. Funny enough, do you know how mommy made you a boy? Do you know the medical jargon for how? It's why a while back, very early on into Donald Trump's presidency for the second time, which I should remind you, we are barely finishing up year one. Remember, Trump years are like dog years. It feels like 4 for every one that you've actually gone through. So we've got another 3 years, which is 12 years experience that we need to get through before we're done with this motherfucker. He signed an executive order stating that at the moment of conception, whatever sex the doctor decides you are, you officially are. Now, yeah, you're laughing, Eric, because you know God's humor. Did you know that according to the Lord Almighty above, he hath ordained that at the moment of conception, every human being is a woman? Every fucking single one of us, at the moment of conception, in your earliest moments of life, according to God Almighty, is a fucking woman. Now, at some point in your development, mommy decides this one needs to be an aggressive little shit with a penis who pees outside. And in order to do that, she, according to medical science, retards the fetus with testosterone to stunt its development, therefore causing it to become a male. I'm going to say that again without the fun accent. She retards the fetus with testosterone in order to stunt the development and stop the factory setting, which is default woman, to make sure this little shit grows up a little aggressive, unadjusted, and with a penis. That way there we as a species can continue. So, in the age-old argument of are men better than women, coming from a man who is in a relationship with multiple women and getting allowed to get away with it, I feel like I'm very educated in how to navigate relationships with women because I'm learning as I go. But I will tell you that the answer is women. By design, you were supposed to be a woman, and it's only when mom decides to retard the fetus, stop production, and change it to the other line that we get a boy, which means that we are not the default setting. We are the stupid, necessary part for evolution and our species to continue. This is also the reason why we feel like we're so much better than everybody, because we don't know any better because we're retarded with testosterone. Exactly. That's why I call myself, exactly, undomesticated. This is why the very first comedy special I produce for myself, I already know what the title is. It's called Domesticated House Husband. That is the title of my very first comedy special. You can clock me on that. I've already written it down somewhere because exactly that. Why am I allowed to why am I here tonight? I got 2 kids at home. A girlfriend, a wife, and sometimes I flirt with other women. Why am I allowed to be here filming an episode once a month? Because I am a domesticated house husband. I don't bring home dead animals. I don't track mud in the house. And I don't let the problems from outside follow me back through that doggy door when I come crawling back into my bed at 4 in the goddamn morning. Domesticated house husband. Yes. I know, the men in this room are going to kill me as soon as I go out to smoke. So, I'm going to try and give them a better target to aim at. No, that's a terrible introduction. Actually, I'm going to bring up a really good friend of mine. And I say really good friend, this is a comic who I met when I was first starting to do comedy. And to me, and I've told him this, he strikes me as that old school Sam Kinison, Andrew Dice Clay style comedy. He's aggressive, he's bitter, he's angry. But I love that he's aggressive and anger and bitter because I miss that style of comedy. Some of you are going to see this and say he's doing a bit, and he's not. I've even having to give a disclaimer like this before the last time he was on my show because I wasn't sure what was going to come out of his mouth. And I don't know what's going to come out of his mouth this time. So there will also be a disclaimer before you see the following set. Because Weegee is like nuclear waste or really, really hot sauce. It has to have a warning sticker on it so that stupid people don't put it in their mouths without knowing what they're doing. Does that make sense? Like, the only reason we have a don't touch the chainsaw warning is because somebody did it once and they didn't know any better. Well, I've been at shows where somebody forgot to warn the crowd that they were sending them a Ouija, and I have learned that Ouijas come with advisory warnings because it's Ouija. And like all good things, that's part of the reason why it's a little fun, is because it's a little dangerous and you don't know what's going to happen. That's a terrible introduction. It's a terrible introduction. Please give it up for the ever offensive and funny Weegee.
I did say Weegee. You have to leave that in there, though.
I'm an acquired taste, kind of like that cheese that smells like a foot. Heroin. Imagine with me, if you would, a world in which all the roads and highways aren't under some kind of fucking construction. Are you kidding me? Recently on Facebook, a dude I went to high school with was bragging about how he was retiring. His career choice was NDOT. He talked about how he worked the same stretch of 65 for an entire career. Why would you bring that up? Why would you mention that? He dropped a bridge. How the fuck do you drop a bridge? That's not a ball or a set of keys. It's a fucking bridge. How the fuck do you keep your job long enough to retire after you've dropped the fucking bridge? I've said plenty of fucked up shit at work before, and I got fired every fucking time. I didn't drop a fucking bridge. You know, with all the dudes retiring and all the road work that has to happen, how is there unemployment in Indiana? Have you ever been driving a 14-mile stretch of fucking construction on half a lane? Your other tire's on that rubble strip. Orange cones as far as the eye could see. When you do finally, you don't see any people anywhere. And then when you do see somebody, signs of life, it's 3 or 4 guys standing around a hunk of machinery talking about nothing. NDOT to hire anybody, especially if you're fresh out of high school. You drop a bridge. NDOT's missing one letter. Indian. And what Indian? I mean, NDOT engineer. Came up with the roads and signs for Indiana. If you're going south on 65, and you come up on 465 and you want to get off on 465, that off-ramp is called 123. That sign reads 123 465. They did that shit on purpose. There's a guy that drives past there and giggles every day. What about those electric signs that are over the expressway? I used to think that they had some, important information. You know, it gives you the travel times. That's important on those electric signs. And then it says stuff. It says stuff like, click it or ticket. That's a classic, you know. And then it says, drive safe, drive sober. I had a little trouble seeing that one. I had pot smoke out in my eyes. And then it said, buckle up, phones down, right? And then it said, don't drive distracted. I almost wrecked my shit reading this shit on this fucking sign. I couldn't help but notice all the little white crosses everywhere. I think it's a trap. And who thought it was a good idea to have 5- and 6-way intersections? Indianapolis did, because they're all over the fucking place. And I hate those intersections, Every time I come up on a 5 and 6-way intersection, my GPS gets confused. It doesn't matter which road you take because they all lead to the same place because Indianapolis sucks. And how many roundabouts are in Carmel? I figured it out. It took a long time for me to do this research, but I figured it out. All of them. I went into a roundabout in Indianapolis and I came out in Carmel. And if anyone could explain that to me, I'd love to hear it because I was high as shit when it happens and it still fucks with me. Jesus, I thought I'd time traveled. How much time do I get? Right on. But you know what? I found that construction, it's only half of the traffic problem. The other half is people. How many, with a show of hands, how many Indiana licensed drivers tonight? Everybody? Oh, you're not gonna like this. Statistics have shown that of the 50 states, Indiana's the 7th worst for driving. Yeah, I don't know how to tell you this, but you're the fucking problem. And that's where I'll stop.
Thank you, class, for making it on time. Today we're going over the 3 rules of modern man. Are you ready?
Yes.
Shut the fuck up. Awesome. Let's get started. So I hope you reviewed your papers because we're really gonna have a test soon. In fact, the pop. Shut the fuck up. Pop quiz coming up soon. Shut the fuck up. The pop quiz is gonna be great. And if you fail, shut the fuck up. If you fail, you fail.
Well, I mean, what?
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Moving on. Shut the fuck up. Yes.
You shouldn't have said that, man.
Shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
Oh my
That's rule
God.
number 2.
Shut the fuck up. You're doing so well. Shut the fuck up.
That's it.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my God.
Oh, have you learned anything? Did you review the material? 3 rules of modern man. It's very simple, folks.
There's 3.
Shut the fuck up. You're doing so good. Oh, man.
I didn't even know there was.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I really,
Shut the fuck up.
I have to go
Oh, shut the fuck up. Oh, did you just pee yourself?
to little.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Ah,
Dude, it's on my leg.
shut the fuck up.
It smells
Oh, shut
like
the fuck up.
asparagus.
What was rule 3 again?
Shut the fuck up.
I'm really sorry. Damn.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Hey, Professor.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, listen, I passed the class already.
The fuck up.
Is they is or is they ain't ready for my class?
I think I can answer that.
Shut the fuck up.
Excuse me.
Well, I guess everyone's failing and everyone's going to repeat. Thank you all for coming. See you
Actually-
again. Shut the fuck up. Next semester.
Can I?
Shut the fuck up.
Okay. Why did I pay for this class?
Shut the fuck up.
No worries. Is it hair? All right, we were recording. Yeah. No, hey, Eric and I were out there talking just a minute ago, and actually, I realized that having great improv actors who are friends is incredibly fun, right? But it's also incredibly dangerous, right? God forbid you're ever in a situation where somebody's like, "Is there a doctor in the house?" And all of a sudden, here comes Eric. I also need a location. Yeah, that's exactly. He's yes-anding his way through CPR. You're like, I can't breathe. Yes, and is this helping? No questions. Yeah, no questions. Exactly. Are you actually a doctor? No questions. Remember, yes, and. Oh, that's funny. All right, we're going to bring up our next comic. Please give it up for the very funny and also very talented. If you need your caricature drawn, say you need to be riding a dune buggy or your boss doesn't believe that you went to a certain baseball game, he can draw you in a way that's not going to convince your boss that you were actually there, but it might convince your boss that you went to the fair. Yeah, absolutely. He's an amazing character artist and amazing talented visual artist and comedian. Bob East, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Oh man. I'm in a pretty good mood. Had a pretty good day. Because I went shopping with my wife. Yeah, woo! Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it? No, it's not exciting. You gotta pretend it is. That's the secret to a good marriage right there. Pretend you're excited to do stuff you don't want to do, you know? I act excited as do a little dance. We're going to Target to buy some clothes. Afterwards, we're gonna go to Kohl's. Just sing that song so it sounds like you're excited. I'm not, though. I like to go out to lunch with my wife, but I don't like any of the places she chooses. She never chooses any manly places, like a place with hot wings or something, a sports bar with beer. You know, she always picks Panera Bread. You know, no guy wants to go to Panera Bread unless, you know, he hears it wrong. He's like, Pantera? Yeah, I'll go see Pantera. Yeah, let's go. And you get there and it's like, this is a bakery. Wondered what they were doing or playing at the mall on a Tuesday afternoon. And you walk in, and anytime you walk into Panera, no matter what time of day it is, you walk in, there's always like a dainty old lady clerk behind the register. You know, and she's like, our specials today are a cup of soup and half a sandwich. You see my fat ass squeeze through the door? I mean, I probably have half a sandwich on me already. I'm a fat guy. Have that for later. I want a half a cow and a cup of gravy. That's what I want. And let's get some Pantera up in here. Let's rock this place. I do like going to restaurants. I like going to nice restaurants because that's the closest I'll ever get to being royalty. You know? I can walk in, I can call ahead a reservation, I can act like I'm a king. Table for two, please. Nowhere near the windows. You drop your fork. Pick that up, please. I'll take. Refill my drinks. More steak and potatoes, please. Meanwhile, at home, I'm just like eating Cheerios out of a dog bowl with a measuring spoon. This is good. Oh, that's eating out of the dog bowl. I have a dog now. That's fun. Got a new dog. You guys like dogs? You guys have dogs? He does. Yeah, I can tell. I got a new dog. I love it. Little pooch, little terrier, little Great Dane. It's a mutt. That's what it is. I don't know. It's a mutt. Cute little dog. But I've never had a dog before, so I really didn't know how to take care of it. But I have had kids, and I'm finding out that it's very similar as when you have kids. You know, you just tie a rope around their neck, you kick them outside, give them a big bowl of Alpo, leave them out in the rain. Sometimes you bring them inside and you put them in a crate for 3 days, hope they don't shit all over the house. We call it a crate, but it's a cage, guys. Come on. We know it's a cage. There's metal bars and you lock it. That's a cage. We just say crate so we feel better about ourselves. Oh, they like being in their crate. And after a while, you get tired of them, so you drive them off into a field and you leave them. Like, sorry, buddy. Love you, but I can't take care of you anymore. That's kids. I would never treat my dog that way. Never with a dog. I had to get new shoes. I got some brand new shoes. That's exciting. I didn't want to, but I walked into a gas station men's room. I had to burn those suckers. You ever walk in there? You're walking in. There's like piss and shit everywhere. You're like tiptoeing. It's like Raiders of the Lost Ark, trying not to step on the wrong spot. You get up to the urinal, and there's just like this ever-expanding piss puddle. You know, you're trying to step in it. You're spraying it and then the stall's even worse. Oh, that's the Temple of Doom in there. You open that son of a bitch up, there's like shit and piss everywhere. It's like, what are you guys putting like a sprinkler head on your penis and just spraying it all over? Like, can we get a little bit of urine into the toilet, please? It's gross. You got to burn your shoes. And then yeah, I actually walked into a women's room one time. Oh, dude, that's Narnia. You ever walk into there? It's always nice in there, you know. So it smells nice. There's little soaps, all kinds of toilet papers, brand new. It's shiny. It's nice in there. Till I piss all over their toilets. Take that. Fair play. Oh, I had a friend died a few years ago, and I was looking back at his text, and I thought it'd be funny. Anybody have a phone out here with a text message on it? Your last text, what a voluntary text is. What's your last text you got that you sent? Yeah. What did it say? Die, motherfucker. That's a good one. Okay, so I was thinking about this. My buddy's last text. What if your last text was your epitaph on your gravestone? It'd be Weegee 2026. Die, motherfucker. Yeah. My that's pretty good. That's a good one for you, Weege. My friend, though, I was looking at his. I was like, oh, this is great. It'll be John Olson 2019. Boy, that Lily Munster had some big old boobies. His epitaph. I've got this old man face, and I look mean no matter what I say. I just look, it sounds mean. Just my expression. It doesn't matter what I say. You know? Yeah, I'd be like, if I complimented you, it still sounds mean, you know? Like, nice hat, Weegee. And he gets mad. But and so I try to go the other way, and it sounds worse. It just sounds like I'm being sarcastic. It's like, oh, that's a nice jacket. I like the checkers on it. Looks good on you. Sarcastic. That's... Man. You ever curse? I try not to curse. But inevitably I do. My dad used to curse a lot. He'd say some stuff. I don't even know what he'd say. He'd get mad, like watching a basketball game. He'd come in there like the Tasmanian devil, like, blah, 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 blah. Like fluffer and fuckatash. Did I say we're Looney Tunes? He'd get mad at me if I would curse. He'd hit me with a belt. I don't know if you know this, but back in the 70s, you could hit a kid with a belt for discipline or just because you wanted to. You know? And he had like a big, thick leather belt with the rivets from the 70s. Come in there and beat me like Charlton Heston in Planet of the Apes. You have no rights here. It's a madhouse. One time he hit me so hard I got a stutter. He's just like, what's up, Doc? Oh, sorry. I love the Looney Tunes, man. I love Looney Tunes. I used to watch Looney Tunes as a kid, and I laughed so hard. But my sister, she didn't laugh. She was too logical, you know? We be watching it, Yosemite Sam be chasing Bugs Bunny off the leg. Yeah, go over the edge, you Verbaran Galoot. And he just stand there in the midair. I'd be laughing. My sister's like, what? How does he can't just stand in the air? Are you telling me that if Elmer Fudd shoots Daffy Duck in the head, he can just whip his beak around to the front? That's not the way guns or animal anatomy works. Any Christians here? You guys like the 10 Commandments? I think there's too many commandments. Get rid of all 10 of them. One commandment right there. The one commandment, thou shalt not be an asshole. Ephesians 7 or something. That pretty much covers everything. Anything that you're doing, if you're stealing or coveting a wife, don't be an asshole. That covers all of it. That's all we need. All right, this has been fun, guys. Give it for your host. Give it up for the hilarious Zack Dzuba. Dzuba.
Keep it going for Bob, please, everybody. Bob East. If there was ever a man who I wish was in cartoons and working in cartoons but is not, it's Bob East, 100%. I deserve, and I'm trying to figure out how. There's a couple of animators here in Indianapolis. I'm trying to work with them right now, and Bob, as soon as I can, I will have you doing voice work. Promise. I learned this from the guy. Actually, I don't know his name. Shit, I don't know his name. You know the guy who does Winnie the Pooh? You know, yeah, I can't even do Winnie the Pooh. But the voice actor who does Jim, thank you, Jim Cummings, voice actor who did Winnie the Pooh, made a really good point one time. He said, "Do you know what happens when you do an impersonation and nobody knows who you're impersonating? You've created a unique, brand new voice all to yourself. You've got a character because you can keep going back and doing that impersonation as many times as you want. But if nobody quite knows who the impression is of, it's a unique character." I was like, "Fuck, that's brilliant. That means that every time I try and do a character and I fail, I haven't fucking failed. That's fucking dope." Yeah. All right. We're gonna take a quick break here and reset some cameras, and we'll be right back. Those of you who don't know, you think that Wonderful Bar and Grill is just some place where you can come by, have a party, get drunk, have a good night out, see some friends. Guess what? It's a lot more than that. There's amazing people here making amazing food and doing amazing things. And one of the most amazing things about Wonderful Bar and Grill is their chicken wings. If you haven't tried them, then honestly, you're letting Big Chicken trick you into thinking that you need to go to a big box store to get 11 herbs and spices, when the fact is you need to come here with a little bit more heart and soul put into it. Plus, can the big box store give you an alcoholic beverage with that odor? I didn't think so. This ain't Europe. So come to Wonderful the next time you need a meal.
Hello, audience. I hope you're having a wonderful night so far. Yes, you heard the host correctly. My name is Fred. Unfortunately, the Nile isn't just a river in Egypt, because when I was born, the doctor went up to my dad and said, "It's a girl." Doctor, did you know you could lose your medical license for telling lies to your patients? Y'all are smart people. Put two and two together. So, I recently joined the BBBBC. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's the Bad Bitch Book Club. Not to be associated with the Bad Babes Bible Club. Whole other thing. Unfortunately, over 40% of people in globalized cultures feel loneliness. Now, what does that mean? It means it's concerning because those are just the people who report it. And to make matters worse, whenever I say random fun facts like these, my nephew thinks I do TEDx talks for fun. Audience, are you ready to hear a dirty joke? Awesome, because I don't have one. Ha ha ha. So, a strange thing happened to me a little over almost 4 years ago. I got drunk for the very first time. Yeah. You know how there's angry drunks and then there's sad drunks? Apparently, I'm a friendly drunk. And it was interesting because according to the person who was supervising me, I went around hugging people. Yeah. And I thought it would go bad or I would get robbed or something bad would happen, but people were really chill about it, which I honestly did not expect. And apparently, when I drink a lot, the English portion of my brain shuts down, so I was going up to random people, speaking to them in Haitian Creole. And you would think they would have turned me away, and that was not the case. People were actually whipping out their phones, Google translating how to communicate with me. And some didn't even realize it was Haitian Creole. Some people just whipped out the French, and it still kind of worked out. And you know, when you drink and you drink and you drink, eventually you have to use the restroom. So when a sign says male, female, my brain's not processing English language. Guess whose restroom got a surprise? Yeah. So yeah, my dad's a very funny guy. So I'm named after Fred Sr., if you didn't put two and two together. Very funny guy indeed. Something I really miss being 6 years old. Because when I was 6 years old, I could have breakfast, lunch, dinner, ice cream, no problem. Now, if I try and have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and ice cream, my stomach says, "Challenge not accepted." Which is why I don't do it anymore. I'm really excited for GTA 6, but it keeps being pushed back, so that's getting me a little bit frustrated. Now, I'm not just excited because they're going to have a female main character for the first time. I'm excited because I'm wondering, when Lucia, the main character, goes to the strip club, are the male strippers going to scream when they see her pull out a Glock? Or are they going to pull out their Glocks too? You know what I'm saying? Just think about that. And finally, I wanted to ask, anyone in here ever have to deal with a period?
At the end of every sentence.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the thing that some of us get once a month. It's very annoying. It causes cramping. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. In fact, it's the most horrible time of the month. I be cramping, need food. I be swinging my moods and they don't disappear. It's the most horrible time of the month. Thank you so much for your time. Coming back up to the stage is our host.
It's 6 people in here, right?
Roughly.
Okay.
Thanks for giving away the show total.
Listen.
Total attendance.
Listen. I can't see it anyway, right?
No, but you don't tell me you don't know that people are here.
I do.
Fucking, you are like Daredevil, and I say it all the time.
But it's funny though. Like this is gonna be the topic of discussion, right? Because now you pissed me off. Because I've been saying my blood sugar was low for a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
And I live like 3 minutes away from this fucking place.
That's also true.
Right? Now, there's another blind person in here that has a fucking car.
That's true.
But y'all will never let the person with a fucking license get right down the street.
No, that's hell no. I won't let you drive my car. Absolutely not.
They put rumbles. You know that they made it to where blind people could drive, right? They put Braille on the side of the road.
They don't have it on the street roads, and I'm not entertaining that it's Braille. No.
That's why they make the raised little stickers for the lines to keep them in it. And if it like I can't see them, but they said that they made the new ones where it's the half white, half raised, and that is to keep you in the line. So technically speaking, because I have a license, somebody should let me drive.
Okay, you know what? I will give you this. If I got into a Waymo and you were sitting behind the wheel and you were like, it's mostly automated, I'm just here for emergencies, I would actually be cool with that. I would totally, that's there, I would totally, but like if you got into my Subaru.
Okay. Let's do something different then, right?
Right? Because I ain't got lane assist.
We don't need lane assist. Like, it would be different if I was born blind. But because of the fact that I've been able to see before, I feel like that y'all should, because everybody assumes, like, I hear it all the time. Cleophus, you fake it. Until I ask for the keys.
Right.
Or until I say, let me see your tits.
Right. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's when you call the bluff, everybody suddenly, yeah, exactly.
That's when people believe that I can see, right? So
yeah.
Let's rephrase this, right? From now on, I'm going to give you the stick, right? And I'm just going to follow the noise. Right?
I'm not letting you drive my car, motherfucker. No. Okay.
Somebody else will let me drive their car. Because when we go out together, right, and I tell them that I have a CNI person, what's the first thing that they always assume?
I don't know that I'm driving at least.
No, they always ask me if I'm driving first. Now, okay. Now,
here's my compromise.
Okay.
When it gets warm, I will take you to a golf course. We will go golfing, and I will let you drive the golf cart.
The golf cart.
I will let you drive the golf cart, because there, if you can stay on the cart path and follow it, because likewise, if you're driving a golf cart, that wheel dips, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it go into the grass. So if you could drive the golf cart on the golf course without taking it off the cart path while I'm out there golfing, and actually I rethink how that's going to work. We're going to need more comedians, because I can't just have you driving me around in a golf cart. That does not look good optically. A white guy being towed around by a blind black guy in a golf course who's not even golfing himself. Actually, you could golf. Who knows? You could be a savant.
I want to try golfing.
Then we're going golfing.
Like,
when it gets warm, we're going golfing. And we're also then going to see how well Cleophus can drive. Because I know you told me what you see. You're not completely blind.
No, I'm not.
No,
completely- I like-
no. It's like staring into the sun constantly.
Yes.
Right? That does seem like an impediment when it comes to operating a motor vehicle.
As long as there's no flashing lights coming at me.
That's a lot of times while you're driving, though.
Not on the highway.
That's like all the highway is.
No.
Oncoming traffic.
See what had happened was like if we go and you go down on one of them where it's dark a little bit, like when you go through New Mexico.
Okay. Yeah.
Out there by yourself, and it's like the penitentiary on one side.
That's different. I'm from Albuquerque.
Okay.
You could go off the road for 60 miles in Albuquerque before you hit a cactus.
That's what I'm saying. So okay.
You can't go a mile off the road in Indiana without hitting a building.
On record, you're gonna let me drive again.
Yes. When it gets warm, we're going golfing.
What is warm to you because it's 65?
When the
degrees.
golf courses open up.
They were open today, so
I don't-
technically speaking, we could have went today.
I mean, I don't know if they were open. Typically, golf courses aren't open during the spring, especially if it just thawed. You don't want the ground to be too soft. A shitty golf course might be open right now, but then we wouldn't have a cart. We want the one with the cart.
Okay.
And they're going to have to know that I'm driving the cart when we leave the clubhouse, because if they have even an inkling that you're driving the cart, they're not going to give us the cart. We'll be walking.
I have a license.
That's not the point. That's not the point.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll get in the clubhouse, and then once we're out past the first couple of holes in the clubhouse, I'll let you drive the cart. We'll bring Sam. He can film it.
Hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically, what do you mean? Realistically speaking. Like, I'm thinking like April. May at the earliest, May probably by the latest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going golfing.
I have half a mind to call the Indianapolis course. That's the Speedway course that goes around the track and shit. Yeah, and see if they want to be a part of this shit. Or you can be like, I'm bringing a blind man. He wants to see if he can drive, and he wants to go golfing for the first time. He's a comedian. We might get a sponsor out of this shit.
We might actually get a
I know. Barstool Sports, hit me up. We got until April or May. Talk to me. Yeah, I'll let you drive.
That'll. Oh.
Yeah. I should have snapped. That's on me. I should have snapped.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. Hate crimes, exactly. No, that's on me. That's on me.
People are very stupid.
We are. We're inconsiderate.
Yeah, no, stupid is the word I like.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. When I took a course in how to be in sign language, they learned about deaf culture. And
You know, blind people and deaf people don't get along right.
yeah, I know. You guys can't. It's very hard.
No, because they always want to yell at you and shit. Like,
Exactly. Now that's a hate crime.
What you mean that's a hate crime?
That's a hate crime. Because they're talking to you with their hands. You just can't see it. That's not fair.
That's a hate crime.
That's not fair.
know damn well I can't see you.
That's not fair. Hey, in the deaf community, if you go find there's a deal somewhere and you don't tell your deaf friend that they give a discount for being disabled, you're considered an asshole. But in like the straight, normal, cisgender, white American, regularly impaired person, if I go get a discount and you ask me how much I paid for my car, it's rude for me to tell you. Like, it's even rude for you to ask me how much you spent. You know what I mean? Like, we don't share that information.
What's fucked up?
What?
And I'm gonna say this because I can say this, and I really don't give a fuck about
Okay.
people's faces turning up.
Then this is probably what we're going to end on.
It probably is, but it amuses me and irritates me all in the same breath that everybody gets to I fuck everything in the world, and then when I ask people what shit is, I get the most basic and retarded, simplest descriptions of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get that. Okay.
Like, I'm gonna need y'all to start reading books on like a I'm getting everybody a fucking thesaurus for this for Kwanzaa.
For Kwanzaa.
For Kwanzaa.
For Kwanzaa.
For Kwanzaa. Everybody's getting a fucking thesaurus.
No, you do make a very valid point. I mean, like I said, you know what shades. I think this is something a lot of people don't assume. They assume you're blind, so they're like, he doesn't know what different shades of blue are. But you know what the different shades of blue are.
No.
I'm using that as an example.
I would understand that. People are stupid. They know that you have a smartphone that doesn't have buttons on it, and they ask me all the time, "Well, how the fuck do you get text messages?" Well, how did I send you a text message if I can't get them? Right. Once again, if monkeys come from people and people come from monkeys, how come motherfuckers ain't still changing? Exactly. Have a blessed night now.
Don't get me started on I'm not gonna even finish that sentence. Don't get me started on that shit.
I text Cleophus a picture.
Yeah, see? No, he's not bullshit. And then ask me, what, did you see it? You the one that can see. I can't see.
Oh shit.
Like, this is the dumb shit that I have to deal with.
Okay. Our next comedian of the night here is one of our local improv actors. He's been a part of the show a number of times. You've already seen him if you've been watching the show. He wanted to give his hand at stand-up. He said he's never tried it before, but he says he's got something for us tonight. So please, big round of applause for Eric, everybody. Eric, ladies and gentlemen. Eric, ladies and gentlemen. You're good.
Eric, do good.
Eric, do good. Eric, do great. Eric, go get a drink. Eric, ladies and gentlemen. Always trying new things. Always try new things. Thanks again for watching another episode of the show worth watching, presented by the Department of Media Humor. And I got to be honest here. I'm going to be blunt for a second. We need this show to continue because we want to keep doing it. My first rule was not about making money. It was about making a show that is a bridge. Step 1, open mics. Step 2, we had to put something there. And step 3, how to become a comedian. And so we built step 2. We built this show as step 2, somewhere for the comics to come out and get their stuff recorded, somewhere for us to collaborate and give writing credits to the amazing comedians that we have in Indianapolis and crew credits to the amazing creators that we have in Indianapolis. And I'm going to do a full disclosure. We're struggling. We're struggling. I work a kitchen job and drive Lyft for a goddamn living. Jesus Christ. I am customer service still at almost 40 years old. I've been laid off 4 times and I'm not even fucking 40 years old. We don't want to work 9 to 5s. We want to make movies. We want to make TV. And the shit that they're slopping out of Hollywood is hit or miss to begin with. So there's no reason why we don't do it locally. Right? Are you gonna fucking hand me? Oh fuck yeah! Hell yeah, $1. Hell yes. Hell yes. I'm gonna put that in the fund. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious, Bob. I'm gonna go and actually make a deposit into the bank account I started for this show under the LLC. That's only fair. No, I'm gonna deposit that into the LLC and show it because it's hard running this. It's hard making this show. It's hard putting all this together. It's hard carving out the time. I see posts online about open mics all the time, and I see a lot of people talk shit about open mics. They're like, oh, you go to an open mic and the people there are just there to perform and leave. Yeah, no fucking shit. We all have day jobs and fucking families and responsibilities outside of the fucking open mic that are more pressing than the laughter or approval we're getting in that moment. And until we get to the point where we're making enough money from our art that we can live off it, we don't have time to stay for the whole open mic. So I understand when the comics bounce and they're like, I got to go to another mic. I'm going to practice my stuff because I got to get up at 6 in the morning to go work on a forklift somewhere in order to pay the fucking bills. Because unfortunately, comedy doesn't pay the bills. Art doesn't pay the bills. Music doesn't pay the bills. And I'll tell you a dirty little secret. In the Actors Union, only 5,000 to 3,000 people, 3,000 to 5,000, right? That is how many people are regularly working in the Actors Union at a given moment. 3 to 5,000 people regularly getting paid. The rest of them are like what's his nuts from the Goonies. He came back in Everything Everywhere All at Once. You know, the Asian kid from the Goonies, right? Yeah, or he's Indiana Jones. He's an amazing actor. Do you know why he was in Everything Everywhere All at Once? Because his health insurance was about to expire. And he was struggling to find work. And in the Actors Union, if you don't work enough, you don't have health insurance. So it's a struggle for all of us artists, and that's why we need your fucking support. I'm gonna put that dollar in the bank. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We brought some equipment for the show earlier this year and dipped into the money I put aside for the show, and we need all the help we can get. More importantly, I want this to be the bridge to show that Indianapolis is better than what a lot of people think of us, because we're a huge city, we're a very talented city, we're a metropolitan area with artists and creators of all kinds, and there was no way to showcase that. So this mad scientist approach, again, I'll say it forever to the rooftops. If you think you can do this show better than me, then I encourage you to put your money where your mouth is. Get started now. Start producing it. And if you make it good enough, me and everybody else who I've been associated with as a part of this show, we'll jump ship like fucking rats and come join you. Look at that. My fucking banner's falling on me, for crying out loud. We need money. Yeah, you're good. You're good, Eric. You're good. Go to our Patreon. Watch our page, buy our merch. I made a Saint Siakam shirt that didn't sell at all. Can you believe that? I know. It was beautiful. We photoshopped Siakam into one of the saints for the Catholic Church. I took the risk of getting sued by the Pacers for you people, and none of you bought a single one. I think that was brilliant. We'll see you next month. We're going to be here on end of January. We'll be filming another episode. This is an important milestone for us. It'll be episode 18. That makes a year and a half consistent, where we've been here last Friday of every month filming an episode. Good, bad, rain or shine. Sometimes we have a crowd. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes it's 3 comics. Sometimes it's 12. We don't ever know. We don't ever care. All we do care is we'll be here on the last Friday, and if you've got somewhere else that you need to be, great. But if you don't, you should be here. We'll see you next month.